In 1848, a single man discovers gold in California. Suddenly, 300,000 people abandon their homes, their jobs, their entire lives, and migrate there. But less than 1% of them actually got rich. Why did 299,000 people make what was possibly the worst financial decision of their lives? And more importantly, why might you be making the exact same mistake right now without even realizing it? Before the gold, America was a different world. In 1847, a farmer might earn just $300 a year. Building wealth was a generational task, but the system was fragile. With 8,000 different types of currency in circulation, banks were constantly collapsing. People lost faith in the financial system. They were desperate for something new to believe in, a quick path to a better life. Then, on January 24, 1848, it happened. A carpenter named James Marshall found gold flakes in a river. The landowner, John Sutter, immediately panicked. He knew this discovery would unleash chaos and destroy his agricultural empire. But another man, a local store owner named Samuel Brannan, saw an opportunity. He quietly bought every pick, pan, and shovel he could find. Only then did he run through the streets of San Francisco, shouting, "Gold! Gold from the American River!" Brannan never mined a single ounce of gold himself. Instead, by selling tools to the frenzied prospectors, he became California's very first millionaire. The first lesson is brutal. The real money wasn't in digging for gold. It was in selling the shovels. By 1849, the rush was on. 90,000 people descended on California. And these weren't ignorant fools. They were doctors, lawyers, and farmers, all chasing a dream. But the journey itself was a nightmare. Traveling by sea around South America was an 8-month-long hell. Cutting through the Panama jungle meant facing cholera and almost certain death. For those who traveled overland, 1 in every 17 died along the way. A 6% mortality rate on a voluntary migration. They knew the risks, but they went anyway. Why? Because newspapers, hungry for sensational stories, promised earnings of $2,000 a day, 7 years of an average salary. The reality they found was savage. 12 hours a day, standing in freezing water, digging through mud and rock. The inflation was insane. A single egg cost $1 3 days' pay for a laborer back home. A simple room was $5 a night. For most, the average profit after expenses was 0, or even negative, but they couldn't quit. They had already invested too much time, money, and hope. This is a classic psychological trap called the sunk cost fallacy, and it destroys fortunes. By 1852, the game was over. The easily accessible gold was gone. Now, mining required massive industrial equipment, owned by corporations, not individuals. The once hopeful prospectors became employees, earning a meager $3 a day, or they went bankrupt. Most returned home poorer than when they left. Thousands never returned at all. So who were the real winners of the gold rush? Not the miners. The true tycoons were the ones selling the essentials. Levi Strauss, who sold durable pants to the miners, built a global empire that exists to this day. Wells Fargo, which offered secure banking and transport, grew into a financial giant of Wall Street. The owners of stores, hotels, and saloons, they were the ones who built lasting wealth. While the gold diggers died broke, the shovel sellers built financial empires. This exact pattern happens again and again. The railroad boom of the 1800s led to a crash. The Florida land speculation of the 1920s ended in collapse. The dot-com bubble of the 90s burst, wiping out trillions. The housing market of the 2000s triggered a global crisis. The cryptomanias of recent years followed the same script. It's always the same story. Early adopters get rich, the media hypes it up, and then regular people, driven by a fear of missing out, rush in late and lose everything. Meanwhile, the exchanges, the platforms, The shovel sellers of the digital age profit from every single transaction, win or lose. Let's learn from history. Lesson 1. The real money is never where everyone is looking. It's in the infrastructure, selling the shovels, not digging for the gold. Lesson 2. Knowing when to quit is more valuable than spotting the next big thing. Don't let the sunk cost fallacy dictate your financial future. And lesson 3. When it seems like everyone you know is getting rich easily, you're already too late. At that point, you are not the investor. You are the fuel for the market. So when the next once-in-a-lifetime opportunity appears, when everyone around you is making easy money, remember the gold rush. Less than 1% of those who chased the dream got rich. The real question you need to ask yourself is this: are you digging for gold, or are you selling the shovel? Thanks for watching. If this made you think, hit that subscribe button for more content that challenges the hype. See you next time.